Pandigital Supernova versus iPad 2. So I bought this Pandigital Supernova tablet thinking maybe it could replace my iPad and I could give my iPad to my son for school. After reading about it, finding out that it can do most of the things that you'd want to do. You know, you can do web browsing, you can do email, and you can download apps. So I wanted to just get it and check it out and see how it compared to the actual iPad. So first of all, in terms of web browsing, it works pretty well. This is Android 2.2 operating system, which is kind of old in terms of Android right now. Pandigital claimed that they were going to release a new upgrade for it, but I don't think they ever are. I think they may even be out of business. I've seen these tablets selling for $49 online, so I think you pretty much get what you get, and unless you want to root it, you're stuck with 2.2, which works okay for what it is. Don't ask me how to root it because I don't know yet. I might do that someday, but right now I'm happy with it just the way it is, just doing basic browsing and simple things. So if we compare the web browsing on these two, looking at the same web page, you can see the iPad is brighter and it's easier to read. So if we zoom in a little bit, see if we can get it to focus. Got your Pandigital over here, and the letters look kind of fuzzy. It's kind of, the screen is weird. It's kind of it's not clear. It's an 800 by 600 resolution, and the Apple is better than that. So you can see if you zoom in on the iPad, it is just a better resolution, easier on your eyes to read. Doesn't seem to make much difference when you're playing games on the Supernova. It's pretty good for Angry Birds and things like that. It doesn't really look terribly blurry, but if you're actually using it for an e-reader or trying to read things on the internet, then that's a bit of a problem. Other than that, the browsing is pretty good, and it gives you a good experience. Other than giving you a little bit of eye strain, you can go to any website that you'd be able to go to on an Apple. In fact, this one, because it's Android, you can go to websites with Flash, whereas the Apple won't display Flash. Now if we go on to, so in terms of web browsing, you could get by with either one. In terms of mail, this one's got a mail client that you can set up, as does the Apple, and both of them work pretty well. I use the mail on my phone, which has Android 2.2, and it works fine. This one, the Supernova, is not officially licensed by Google, which means you don't get the Google Play Store, you don't get Google Maps, all the things that Google gives to licensed partners. It doesn't give didn't give to these guys, because I don't know exactly what the legal details are, but basically they didn't include any of the Google stuff with it. And Google Play or the Google App Store is where you would go to get all your apps. So it comes with this thing called GetJar, which is pretty crappy. You don't get all of the apps that you would get somewhere else, and you can't buy any of them. It only shows you free apps. So what I've done on this one is installed the Amazon App Store, which is right here. But you can search for just about any app that you could get through the Google Play Store, and there's some that you can pay for and some that are free. And if you do pay for it, you have to pay for it through Amazon. Of course, with the Apple, their App Store is well, it has apps actually written for the iPad, which means the iPad apps are capable of quite a bit more than a Android 2.2 app would be, because a lot of these apps are written to work on the dumbest devices or to work on people's telephones. So you just don't get the quality of gameplay that you would on here. You know, a quick example of that, if I can find it on here. So you can go through 3D modeling of a human body with muscles and showing the skeleton, and does just some amazing graphic stuff then there's no way that you'd be able to do it on the tablet. But for basic use, if we want to take a look at, let's take a look at Angry Birds on this one. So games, Temple Run runs pretty good on this one too. So if I were buying a tablet to give to my kid to play games on, $50 versus $500, and if they break it, you throw it away and get a new one. I would probably go with the Pandigital. It's annoying. And when you're looking for a tablet, especially if you're looking for a super cheap tablet, you want to be sure that it has capacitive screen and the ability for you to use 2 fingers on it at once to zoom in and zoom out. Some of the cheaper tablets don't, and that means most of these games you can't play on it. So, you know, oh man, I'm no good at this. Alright, this is not the Angry Birds tutorial video, but you can see, you know, the bird goes where you want him to go and does what you want him to do, which is good and important, because if you buy a cheaper, crappier tablet, a lot of times the game won't play on it because it doesn't have the multi-touch capability. Go back to the website. So like I said, you get multi-touch, which means if I want to zoom in on this Royal Enfield Bullet, it zooms in nicely and lets me cruise around. There's my butt. Makes, you know, you can zoom in and out, make things bigger, and that does help with the readability of certain websites and helps you, you know, navigate around. So overall, for 50 bucks, even for 100 bucks, I paid 100 bucks for this one. It also comes with the 32 gigabyte SD card that slides in the side, one of those little mini SD cards right here. Whereas the Apple only comes with whatever you pay for. In this case, I got the 16 gigabyte iPad, and it's almost full, so I barely ever download apps anymore, just because, like this one, Grand Theft Auto, is 750 megabytes, you know, almost a gigabyte. Things like iMovie and iMovie and GarageBand are pretty big memory hogs. That's the other thing you can do on the iPad that you can't do on these cheaper tablets. You can shoot video on the tablet. You can watch one of my other videos where I did a Pandigital Supernova test video. Just type that in the search bar, type Pandigital Supernova test video, and you can see a video I shot with it, which is 360p, and I just shot it on the tablet. There's no way to edit it on the tablet that I can find. There's probably editing programs you can get. I tried one and it didn't work. So if you just want to shoot things all at once, you could do YouTube videos on this and upload them. Whereas in here you've got iMovie. Okay, so in iMovie you can actually upload, you can shoot video in HD using the iPad camera. You can even, this is my son, he does Lego animation on it. So you can see he's actually animated Legos fighting with each other using the iPad, and you can't do anything like that over here. I'm also able to download GoPro video from my GoPro onto here and edit it together with titles and transitions, and you can even put music on it if you want. So for video editing, and the GarageBand for making music is fantastic too. There's nothing like that for here. So, you know, I could go on and on and on about how awesome the Apple is. It really is worth what you pay for it, though I would recommend getting at least 32 gigabytes if you're planning to do any kind of music or video on it. But you know, you want something for your kid to play with in the back of the car while you're going on long trips, and you don't care if he drops it in the parking lot at Burger King and you run over it, right here. Plus, if you're just a casual web browser and you just want to have something to sit by the TV and goof off with while you're watching TV, and you're not planning to run any complicated apps, this will work for that too. It's made of plastic. The body of it is kind of flimsy. The back of it, you know, you can hear it kind of rattle. It feels weird. It actually feel it kind of bend when you push on it, but I imagine it's reasonably sturdy. I haven't broken it yet, and yeah, that's it. It's 50 bucks versus 500 bucks. I would buy that for me, and I would buy that for the kid in the back seat. Especially if the kid just wants to play Angry Birds and Temple Run, then it's a great game playing cheapo tablet. And I would not expect Pandigital to offer a upgrade to it anytime soon, to the operating system, to Ice Cream Sandwich or something else. I think you're pretty much stuck with 2.2 on this unless you root it. So hope that helps make a decision. Good luck, happy shopping. I think you probably wouldn't want to pay more than 50 bucks for it right now. That's the cheapest I've seen lately, and it can only get cheaper, and that's refurbished.